This is such a strange thing. Your software, Linux, is in millions of computers. It probably powers much of the internet. And I think that there are like 1.5 billion active Android devices out there. Your software is in every single one of them.
In the early days of computing, there was a revolutionary operating system called Unix. It was developed in the late 1960s at Bell Labs by a team led by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. Unix was a major breakthrough in the world of operating systems because it was the first to use a high-level programming language called C to write its core components. This made it much more flexible and powerful than the previous generation of operating systems, which were written in assembly language and were difficult to modify or improve. Unix quickly gained popularity among researchers and academics who used it to run their labs and classrooms. It was also used by many companies for their business operations, as it was able to handle multiple tasks simultaneously and could be easily adapted to a wide variety of applications. As the years passed, Unix continued to evolve and improve, becoming the dominant operating system in the world of server and workstations. It was known for its stability and reliability, as well as its ability to handle large amounts of data and multiple users at the same time.
The usual way to get a large computer application developed involves a big team of people working in close coordination. Most of the time this works surprisingly well, but it does have its problems.
However, there was a problem with Unix. It was not free and owned by AT&T. The conflict between Unix and BSD, Berkeley Software Distribution, dates back to the 1970s and 1980s, and it arose because BSD was based on the source code of Unix, but AT&T claimed BSD was violating its intellectual property rights by using and distributing the code without permission. This led to a series of legal battles between AT&T and the developers of BSD, which became known as the Unix Wars. The creators of Unix had kept the source code secret, and they charged a license fee for anyone who wanted to use it. This meant that only large companies and organizations could afford to use Unix, and small developers and users were left out. The legal battle between AT&T and the developers of BSD were seen by many as an attempt by AT&T to exert control over the development and distribution of Unix, and sparkled a backlash among developers and researchers who believed in the principle of free and open source software.
Free software is the first battle in the liberation of cyberspace. Who controls your computer? Is it you? Or is it some big company that's really controlling it?
Enter Richard Stallman, a brilliant computer programmer who believed that software should be free and open for anyone to use, modify, and distribute. Stallman founded the GNU's Not Unix project in 1984 with the goal of creating a free software operating system based on the Unix architecture. Stallman and other developers who contributed to the GNU project believed that software should be freely available to everyone, and the proprietary nature of Unix was anti-ethical to this belief.
In 1984, I began developing an operating system, which is a free software replacement for Unix.
Through his work with the GNU project, Stallman became a hero in the open source community and a vocal advocate for the principles of free and open source software. His contributions to the GNU project and the open source movement helped to lay the foundation for the widespread adoption of open source software that we see today. The GNU project made great progress, developing many of the tools and utilities that are commonly used in Unix-like operating system, such as a C compiler, text editor, and shell. However, there was one crucial component that the project had not yet developed: a kernel.
Now, Unix in 1984 had hundreds of components. So
developing a replacement meant developing a free replacement for every one of those components, except a few we could do without. So in 1992, we had almost the entire GNU system, but one essential important component was missing. That component is the kernel.
A kernel is the essential component of an operating system that manages the hardware and provides the interface between the software and the hardware. Without a functional kernel, the GNU operating system was unable to run on most computers and was not widely used. As the GNU project struggled to overcome this obstacle, a young computer science student began working on his own version of a free and open source operating system. He was motivated by a desire to create an operating system that was simple, efficient, and easy to use. This student was none other than Linus Torvalds. In 1991, Torvalds released a source code for his operating system, which he called Linux, on the internet. The release of Linux was met with enthusiasm by the open source community, and within a short period of time, it had gained a large following of users and developers. As Linux gained popularity, it became clear that it was a missing piece that the GNU project had been searching for. By combining the Linux kernel with the tools and utilities developed by the GNU project, it was possible to create a fully functional, free, and open source operating system that could run on most computers. Linus Torvalds thus became a hero in the open source community for his contributions to the development of Linux, and his work helped to bring the GNU project's vision of a free and open source operating system to fruition. Today, Linux is widely used in a variety of settings, from personal computers and servers to embedded systems and mobile devices. And this was the story of Linux. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I would also love to hear your thoughts and feedback in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can never miss an update from me. And if you want to support my work, please consider sharing this video with your friends and on social media. Thanks again for watching, and I can't wait to connect with you in my next video.